Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how we can actually create sets of lanes containing our bands that we want to match across our database that will allow us to match the same set of bands over and over again against our database of gels. So as you can see here, I'm now in the Find Lanes and Set Management section of the CLIQS 1D Pro workflow. Now the difference between the Find Lanes and Set Management tool and the Composite Lane Management section that I talked about in the tutorial previously is the composite lane management is focused around combining multiple lanes into one master lane, and on that one master lane is all the bands that we're looking for and we want to compare to our database. Find lanes and set management is about comparing exact lanes as they are already with no combination against your database. So a one-for-one comparison. It's what most people would use to do a kind of a quick lookup. But the power of this section is we can combine different lanes into a set, and then we can run that set against our database over time. As we add more gels, we can keep running the same kind of comparison, same kind of search, same kind of matching by saving things as a set. So an example, a use case for this would be if you were running QC of raw materials and you did that every time a new batch came in, and you were using electrophoresis to do that, and you knew exactly which bands should be present and where should they be. You could have all of your QC pass lanes in here, and if you just left click and drag them across, you could combine those into a set, and you could compare that to your database and say, I've got all these QC pass lanes. I'll compare it against my database of my raw material testing, and all of the gels that have been done in the past month should have these bands in. So that's kind of the use case for having a set of lanes that you want to compare against your database. You'll notice that a lot of the window and a lot of the tools that are present in the composite lane management section are also present in the find lanes and set management section. So you've got the basic view for your lanes, for your profile and where your bands are, your measurements that are pulled from your CLIQS analysis of your database, of your gels, sorry. We've got basic database lookup tools to search your database to find gel names, lane names, data experiment, and any comments that were appended to your experiment. So you can search for those there. And what you want to do is, in the example that I explained to you, if you were running QC, for example, say I have 4 lanes here, and those lanes should be the same for every batch of whatever it is that I'm testing. I could create a new set with those bands in and call this, QC pass. And then it will be added to my list of sets here. So you always get, by default, you have a result set 1 and result set 2. You can rename them, you can add different things to them. They're just created as a classifier. So say I've got my QC pass set here. It means I can repeatedly run that against my database. I can repeatedly do that matching against my database to make sure that every time a new batch of raw materials has come in, the same bands are showing up in the same place and the same kind of RF values, they're all the same. So that's the kind of the power of the find lanes and set management function. If you just wanted to do a very simple lookup of, I want to take a lane from one of my gels, put it into a set, and I just want to search the entire database for a lane that looks like this one, you could just add, you could just have one lane in this set. So that's the simplest way of doing it. So if you don't want to use the create synthetic lanes or use the composite lane management tool, you don't have a need to merge any lanes together into one, you can simply use the find lanes and set management function and just fill it with one lane. And then further down the line, you would select that set or that one lane and you perform your matching on that set. Thanks for watching, everyone. It's important to note as well that you can actually form sets of synthetic lanes if you generated any during the composite lane management section of 1D Pro. If you'd like to try a free trial of CLIQS 1D Pro within your lab or academic environment, please check out the links in the description below.